What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration Series. It's been a while, but we're back with the Inspiration Series, so I hope you all are excited about that. We're starting things off with the Rutile? Rutile? I'm not really sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. But essentially, it is a yacht, a luxury yacht of sorts, which is pretty cool. Do I have my lights on? I can't tell. Nope, I did not. So yeah, it's a really interesting design. I haven't really checked out the interior too much, but I really like the exterior. The exterior design I think is super cool. So yeah, it is a fully vanilla build, so that's pretty cool. Makes it easy to load it in without having to make sure you have all the mods and stuff. I believe there's a double airlock door somewhere, so I shouldn't be too lost. It's probably right in here. Ha! Actually, this is a pretty cool way to do it. It's got kind of an underbelly loading area with this kind of inverted angle block setup. It's pretty cool. Also, I'd like to point out, just as kind of a thing while we're exploring this part here, you may notice, I'm thinking anyway, if by some miracle it's not how this is happening, then that's cool, but I'm pretty sure you'll probably notice that I'm not actually live streaming today like I said I might in the podcast. I'm having some problems with my capture card and can't seem to record on my PS4. So until I get that sorted out, I'm not sure if No Man's Sky and stuff will be an option, but I'm looking into it, so yeah. I had mentioned in my podcast that I was going to be doing a live stream of the new update, and it's probably not going to happen. So the Inspiration series is widely my most viewed series, so I figured I would throw that out there in this series, especially since I was supposed to be streaming today if everything went well. So kind of bear that in mind. But we have the cryopod container and medical bay here. I don't really feel like this ship will be too heavy on the interior, because it's fairly small by the looks of things. We do have a simple readout thing, and then we've got our flight control. So fairly simple overall. We've got our readouts here. No real interior stuff like beds and galleys and all that kind of stuff. It looks like it's just a smaller yacht type vessel for exploration. So yeah, let's check it out and see how she flies. Let's see, we've got thruster controls, airlock controls, and jump drives on that first hotbar. It looks like that's all there is. But yeah, like I said, I really like the exterior. I want to roll over so that I can get some of the sunlight on the underbelly area. We've got the bridge up top here, and then we've got that entrance area on the bottom, which is pretty cool, but I really do like the exterior design of it. Obviously, it doesn't have too many weapons or anything, being a yacht-based kind of ship, and for leisure and exploration type stuff, but overall, I really did find the exterior design pretty unique. Overall, speed's pretty good, turning's really nice. For, you know, it's not a fighter, but for a mid-sized vessel, it turns and moves really good. I really like it. So yeah, I'm sold. It looks really cool. I really do like all the angle usage, though, the kind of merged triangle and diamond kind of shapes. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's all there really is to see on this one, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alrighty, so next on our list we have the Valdian hauler. I think I'm saying that right. Again, pretty awesome looking exterior on this one. I thought this is really cool. A lot of detail work. Now this is a little bit modded, but not very much. It has a different kind of engine. It's called an Epstein engine, I think. Let me get close here. It's these blue thrusters. Epstein, whatever. One of those. And I believe there's a couple of armor ramp mods and panels, probably to get better shapes and stuff by the looks of things. But overall, it's not too heavy on the mods or anything like that, mostly for the what I'm assuming comes down to the exterior shape. But I really, really like the design of this. I think this is really cool, and I definitely like these grooves in the hull. Not sure if they would serve any actual real purpose, like aerodynamics or anything, because you're in space, but I do think it looks really, really cool. It actually kind of reminds me a little bit... I'm trying to remember what it actually... I think it's one of, like, the Jem'Hadar ships from Deep Space Nine. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I may not be exact on what I'm thinking about, so if it doesn't ring any bells with anyone, wouldn't worry about it too much. These Epstein engines are kind of cool, though. I read up on the mod a little bit because I was like, what is that? And they're basically a mod that supposedly combines hydrogen and ion thrusters into one. So it uses the same amount of power as the ions would, but it uses hydrogen as well, but it gives you like basically a 2x hydrogen thruster, essentially. So that's kind of cool. Looks like we have a couple of hangars here. Ooh, with sensors. Oh, do we not have gravity? We don't have gravity. Or at least not in here. That's cool. I will admit the purpley color palette kind of reminds me of being inside a Decepticon or something like that. Like Trypticon, maybe. Something like that. Still no gravity. I'm a little wait, no, there's... Oh no, we're mag-locked. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like... No, there's gravity here. Now this is an interesting little... I hate the gravity boot sometimes, or the mag boot sometimes. This is an interesting little structure here. Okay, that's on a rotor. Ooh, do these rotate? You guys know I love spinny stuff. Does this spin? Tell me this spins. I will be so happy if this spins. Batteries on, reactors on, O2 and H2 generators. Tell me this spins. I mean, it could just be on a rotor so that you can get the right shape, which is also cool. Let's get that out of the way. Let's make sure that point has been made. This is an awesome looking... Stop doing... Who would want to walk up the wall? Okay, pretty much everybody who wants to do a vertical build, but still. I do not wish to walk up the wall right now. Yeah, this is still a really cool design idea to keep as far as your batteries and reactors and all that. It's very unique. I think it's really cool. And oxygen generators as well. It's an interesting place to put them. But if this were to spin, it would be that much cooler. And I do feel like there's enough clearance. I think it could work. Let's try one of the... Oh, it doesn't turn on until we get in the seat. That's kind of cool. So that's all your... Oh, that's cool. Okay, now that's pretty cool. It doesn't... The lights and everything go off when you get into the seats and the screens come on, but when you leave the seats, all the lights come back on. That's kind of cool. I'm a fan of that. Alright, so this is basically all there is to see here. It's the reactor, the very cool reactor design. I wonder why there's maglocks over here. It's an interesting place to put them. I realize there's a connector here, so you should be able to attach, like, small fighters. But I wonder what the maglocks are doing over here. It's kind of an odd place for them to be, in my opinion. Alright. Let's see what we got going on. There are two interior turrets here, as the description describes them, to dissuade boarding, I believe is how it's put. This ship is, if the name wasn't already proof enough or indicative enough, I think that's how you're supposed to say that, it's a hauling ship, so primarily for hauling stuff and things, but it's also kind of doubles as a leisure hauler, if that makes sense, in terms of the description says a lot of the rooms or whatever are supposed to be nicer. If I can find them. There are rooms in this thing, right? It is a little difficult sometimes when you're reading descriptions for multiple things. I hope I didn't mess that up and read it for the wrong one. I don't think I did. I think I just read the first one and then this one, so I don't think I've ever... I think it'd have to be this one, so... I'm on the hunt for rooms, because I feel like there should be rooms. Wait, I got turned around. Which way's up? Ah, there we go. Okay. I thought I saw an elevator. Okay, I gotta admit this. I don't know why there's no gravity in here. The lack of gravity is a little annoying to me because you have to make sure that you're using your mag boots and stuff if you want to walk around a little bit. So just kind of a note for anyone who wants to use the ship, it doesn't seem to have any gravity. This is kind of cool though. It's like a meeting room. I don't really have a sign or anything, so I'm not really sure what room this is supposed to be. Ah! Probably flight control. Or at the very least a CIC. But more than likely a flight control. And I really have to admit, I like how this is catching on. This is something that's been around for maybe a year? Maybe less? I can't remember. But this whole kind of using a small grid to create like a an LCD info, I don't know, frame kind of thing. Frame's probably the best way to describe that. But it's used a lot in flight control areas, CICs, stuff like that. But it's a really cool technique. Okay, we've got another meeting area, it looks like, or table and chairs. This looks like an observation type deck. I do like these too, by the way. I'm a sucker for these angled observational areas and stuff like that. I think it looks super high-tech. It's really cool. This should put us out over the hangar area. So what are we looking at here? I'm gonna go with oven or kitchen. Maybe a galley? Because this looks like counter space, stove, sink or coffee maker, that kind of thing. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Sink! Aha! I got it right. Oh, and it's got a blue light. How fun. How fun is that? Alright, and then we go this way. Where does this take us? Cryo bay and med bay. Fairly self-explanatory. This is actually a brilliantly laid out design. You wake up from cryo sleep. What's the first thing you do? You get checked out from the med bay and then you go eat something. I like it. Sounds like a plan. Alright, now there was one floor up, which I'm guessing is the rooms. Ooh. Star Wars bookshelves with a TV. This is a very divided crew. We have the book readers on one side, and we have the moviegoers on the other side. And then we have the space starers out here, space observers on the front. That's pretty cool, though. I thought this was a mod, but I guess it's just a texture. So that's kind of a neat idea for bookshelves. Looks like this is gonna be crew quarters of some sorts. So we have, ooh, a very nice sized bed. Again, this was supposed to be kind of done in a leisure mentality, even though it's a hauler. Oh, that's cool. I'm sorry for all the janky movement. It's just the mag boots. They're just really weird about edges and stuff like that, and they move you around really weird. So you have a walk-up sink and a shower. Ah, with a blue light. That's cool. I was wondering how that was going to work. Oh, it's on-off. So, private bathrooms. I believe this is one of the suites that has a bigger bed and a private bathroom. Imagining it's the same on both sides. Yeah, looks like it. Thank you. And we've got an emblem wall. Very nice. And I believe this is the general type crew quarters where we've got bunk beds. And what goes back this way? Maybe like a common bathroom where there's sinks here. What are these, showers? Or toilets, perhaps. Shower over there. Cool. I gotcha. That's pretty neat. I like the interior design here, especially since even though it does have mods, it's fairly vanilla. In that there wasn't a whole lot of modded blocks used. Most of this stuff was predominantly vanilla techniques, such as using small grids and blast doors and stuff like that. So very nicely done on that part. Stupid mag boots. What was it, about 2 down? I think is the actual flight flight area? Yep. Alright, so let's give this a go. We've got jump drives, cruise control, it looks like. Cruise core. Not sure what that is. That might be a modded block, but I didn't think it was. Thrusters, gyroscopes. Cool. Alright, and we've got our little readouts here. Let's go ahead and give it a go. Wow, it actually moves really good. That's probably a product of those Epstein thrusters. They're probably strong enough to move a ship this size. But yeah, I really do like the exterior design. It's really kind of cool. It's very different. That's why I said it kind of reminded me, there's some kind of, I really want to say it was the Jem'Hadar, where it kind of looked like it had a scorpion or a scarab type shape to it, and this reminds me of it. It's not the same. It's actually, I think, a little bit cooler. It's got this cool jet fighter angle cockpit thing going on. I really like it. I think it's pretty cool. So on that note, I think that's going to do it for this one. Let's move on to the last one. Alrighty, and last but not least, we have the Dorlos Carrier. I think I'm saying that right. As the name implies, this is predominantly a carrier type ship, but it's very, very interesting. I found it very interesting anyway. It's another one of those that utilizes kind of that industrial clutter detail type designs, which is really hard to pull off in my opinion. I think angle and sci-fi and sleek designs and things are much easier to do than trying to clutter everything up with a lot of detail. Mainly because I think I've always thought that way, because sometimes I think to myself, if you don't have an idea of what every little bit and bob is for, then how do you come up with how to do it other than just randomly placing stuff? So when it comes to something like Space Engineers, where you're not like just painting and you're just like taking a pencil or a paintbrush and just dabbing something in there, but you're actually having to select the blocks and build it, it always seemed like it would take a lot of time to make an industrial style build instead of one of the sleek alien looking type ships. So whenever I see this kind of stuff, I'm almost always really impressed with however everybody ends up doing it. This does have quite a bit of carrying space. I believe the description says it can carry up to 28 aircraft, and then, you know, obviously it kind of uses those as weaponry and launches the aircraft. Now, I do keep hearing something banging around in here. I'm not sure if I pasted something wrong, or if I moved when I did it, or something like that, or if it's an issue with the build. Hopefully we'll find out while we're exploring. You can see multiple hangar bays there. Multiple hangar bays on the side. But it's like this, we got these cool little pods and things, and just all that kind of stuff. It's really neat. I always find these kinds of builds fascinating. I did spot a door. There it is. I knew I spotted a door somewhere. Getting better. Getting better at finding entrances to places, or shipbuilders are getting better at making them more obvious. I'm not sure which. We do have gravity in here. This is the hangar bay, which looks awesome, I gotta admit. This definitely feels like a legit hangar bay. You know, I could see people running through here. Whoa, what is with my view? There we go. I can see everybody running through here. Scramble all the fighters, you know. Red alert, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely a very detailed hangar bay. Let's see, we've got a lot of different hangars here, which takes up a majority of the space. So F6, F5, I'm not sure what the F stands for unless it's front hangars maybe? Production equipment, oh that's cool. That's really neat. They have this all gated off under here as like a mechanic area. That's pretty cool. Why can't I get out of here? Seriously? I'm always amazed by what you get stuck on in this game. What's neat about this, though, is you can't really see it from underneath. I mean, from above, but it is actually there. If we go up and look down the middle. Get some sim speed issues here. Like, down the middle, you can actually see this, but you don't really see all of it. It's not like it's all glass or something, so that's pretty neat. R6. Okay, so it's left, right, and front. Looks like the designation for the hangars. And I like these little fighters, too. They're kind of cool. That's a pretty neat little fighter setup. Wait, is that more rockets? Looks like reloadables. Oh, it's incomplete ones for decoration. I was like, that's gonna blow up stuff if you fire it, but yeah, it's for decoration. So let's see, we can exit all of these different hangars. We came in through that door over there. There's stairwell stuff, or at least it looked like there was, wasn't there? I'm still hearing that rattling, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. Oh, I guess that wasn't stairwells. I saw these things on the side and was thinking they were stairwells. They're not. They're looking... I guess they're like frames for decoration. Now this is interesting. Oh, you do actually have a through passageway there, though. That's cool. I'm intrigued by this hallway thing, too. I want to check this out. This looks cool. I love this. So we have kind of like a through tunnel here leading... There's connectors back here too, so you could hook up a small ship, but what is this back here for? Is this like a maintenance area perhaps? Maybe? There's a stairway down there. This leads off to the side. So I could see a ship moving through here, like on its way back for repairs? Is what I keep thinking. Oh, there's another one back here. Man, there's connectors everywhere. You could park so many ships in this thing. I mean, I know it's a carrier, but geez. Alright, then this... What is this? Nothing? Okay. It's just a platform area. I'm stuck. Now, where was those stairways? There they are. So let's go down here. This is an undercarriage hookup area. That's cool. Still hearing that clanging. The description did say that there might be a small block set or something in the bridge that was meant to be deleted, so that might be what's rattling around, but I don't think it should be making noise all the way out here. That's like an observation area. And this looks like... Oh, I see. We're back into the hangar maintenance area. Okay. Where's the rest of the... Okay, let's get back up to the entry area, entry level that we came in on, because I'm kind of wondering where the rest of the stuff is. Okay, so we came in this way, didn't we? Definitely not. I did not see this. So there's an elevator there, hangar control room, deck D. I'm so getting myself turned around in here. Where did we come in at? Was it through this thing? No, it was here. Okay, so here's the airlock. So we have elevators right and left. We have deck elevator or passageways. What is in this area? Reactor room. So many places. Alright, so this is what the elevator looks like when it's down. So we can go to hangar control room. I see. I like the elevated control areas. That's cool. We have a reactor room over here. I love these overhanging glass walkways. I think those are so cool. Always a fan of that. Ah, maybe this is the source of all the racket. What the heck kind of... Spaceball. That's not a reactor. Is it a fake reactor? If so, where's the real one? Yeah, it must be this making noise. Well, that's a space ball, though. That's not an actual reactor, so what's powering the ship? We're in the reactor room. Unless it's hidden. It's still a very, very cool aesthetic. You know, that's still a really neat design for a reactor room. Reactor on, reactor off. If we hit that, everything turns red. So that's very clear that the space ball is not the reactor. I don't know where the reactor is. That's cool, though. It looks really neat. What did I say in the last episode? I mean, the last build. I'm a sucker for spinny things. In spaceships, I always love when things spin. I don't know why. I think it makes it look more high-tech or something to me when you've got something that's like, it has to spin around to maintain its cooling or something. Oh, I see where this is. Okay. That brings us out back here. Alright. That works. Yeah, so I've always been one of those where if the reactor spins or something like that, it's always cool to me. And this is goes down to the lower hangar. We have a door up here. Where do we end up? Guessing the bunk room? That's what I'm gonna go with. Bridge is there. Living quarters. Ah! I was right. Okay, the elevator here. Ooh! That's a neat trick. If you wanted a lit walkway, use LCD panels. That's a very clever way of doing things. Alright, so that's the elevator. Medbay, cryopods. Very nice. I like the setup. Even though it does kind of look like a prison cell block, but you know, it's cool. I mean, you know, whatever works, whatever keeps your crew in line. No, that is actually a cool design, though. That's pretty neat. It feels very like lived in kind of thing. Like you could see that being a design that somebody went with. No. Alright. And then this leads you back out to the elevator. Yep. Cool. So I think the last thing we need to check is the bridge. I think that ought to do it. So we have our gyroscopes and programmable blocks there. I'm assuming one of them is running the LCDs and stuff like always. Or it seems to be always anymore. Not sure what that is. Or what it's supposed to be. Guessing this is the main? It doesn't say it's not the main. I don't actually have any hotbar controls, though, which is surprising to me. I'm guessing these would run... No, not really. I was thinking each one would run a different door for the hangar, but I guess not. Alright. Speed's not actually too bad. For a big heavy ship like this. I mean, you can't expect it to move too fast. Turning and stuff's actually really good for a ship this size. I'm actually very surprised by that. It moves really good. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this episode. That's going to wrap things up. Again, like I said, if you're seeing, you know, that I'm live with No Man's Sky or something right now, then cool, but I highly, highly doubt that'll happen. So I did want to say that I'm not sure if I'll end up being able to do more on that. It's something that if I have to replace the capture card or something, then I'm not sure when I'll get around to doing that, but it is something that I kind of wanted to do more on No Man's Sky because of the new update. But let me know what you guys think about all that. Again, I apologize for not being able to stream. We'll work that out at some point and do something at some point later, I guess. But we're wrapping this episode up here, so in the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.